What's
Or
going on, boss?
you know what? Let me say this right. What's up, Uncle Ray?
There you go. There you go. I feel at home now. I'm all right. What's the deal, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Everything come on fine, man. I'm blessed, man. What can I say, man? Hey, life is good.
I believe it. I believe it. If any of us can even have 10% of the success that you've had in your career and the presence,
come on.
I mean, that's you know, I'm not getting teary-eyed by no means, but you know, for a hip hop student, I still consider myself a student, but to be around a teacher as yourself, and you've never been like, yeah, all right, kid, you've always been. Come here. Let me talk to you about something.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And I wish it's more like that. But you always keep it young. Like you never look at anywhere like the age of day. You always keep it young. I see you all over. If it's not in the Juice movie that's always on, and you can always catch Red Alert in that movie. It's one scene you can always catch him. Or if it's not hanging out with Funk Master Flex and doing a few things with him, or just being on the radio today, it's like you're here.
You know, I gotta say that this field that I got involved with, the hip hop culture, and part of the culture is the DJing. I think it keeps me youthful because I still have a drive for it. I still have a passion for it. I still have a hunger for it that make me continue to be where I'm at today. So I think that's the part of keeping me youthful. And then, you know, making sure that the presentation is looking just as well.
I dig it. So, but I can always remember, there has never been ever a time in hip hop Red Alert has not been present. I mean, it's just a lot of love from what you do, but then that's not talking about the skills itself. Now, and no disrespect to any of the young DJs today, but when I think of DJing, I think of mixing, I think of transitions, I think of sometimes rubbing the record. Yes. I think of mixes that just make you, I think of watching somebody look at your record and like, you're here, and then you grab it and throw it on and just create magic. That for me has always been DJ.
Yes.
Now today it's a little different.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's not so much, but still it's a little different. And there are a lot more of, I guess, so to speak, attention. Mm-hmm. Now, for you, what would you say is the pros and the cons through the years of yesterday and today as far as when it comes to DJing?
Well, you gotta understand something, that when the field of DJing took place when I started, it was like you had to prove that you can do it. You're capable to do it, and you're being accepted, and you can make it happen. And I know I'm just saying all three things, but to prove that you can DJ according to what everybody else may think of, because anybody can go ahead and just put a needle on the record.
Yeah.
But DJing consists of when you get ready to go ahead and program from one record to another record. In between, you have the mixer. So you learn how to segue. You learn how to consolidate along with the next song. You learn how to blend it in, how to cut it in, how to mix it in. I mean, all that together, and that takes time and practice.
Oh yes.
That don't happen overnight, you know. And you just gotta learn how to read the crowd at the same time, because sometimes you could be like so much into your own world, but you know, you may have an empty floor. You know why? Because you're so much into what you're doing, but you're not understand how they feel about what you're doing, and they may not respond by dancing. So you got to learn how to read the crowd by picking the right songs, learn how to mix, cut, or blend into the next one to keep the rotation and the flow going. That's what it is. As of today, things is more in a technical situation. I mean, you know, let's face it. You know, since the past, I gotta say, maybe 15 to 20 years, we have now the technical stuff that first started with the CDJs, and then from there got into the process of doing everything off a computer, where you have certain software such as Serato, Tractor, I mean quite a few of them later on. And you know, went from the turntables to the CDJs to now you have the controllers. You know, everything have been more in a different pattern, a different method. But what have been missing, sad to say, is the fundamental parts of learning how to mix, cut, and scratch.
Now, one thing that I've been lately appreciative of when it comes to DJing is the DJ academies. I think that everything you just said, they're trying to really push back to the forefront. If you want to DJ, you know, and they're bringing back everything from, all right, we're going to start you guys how we started, Technique 1200s.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that, but for all you know, when it comes to DJs and scratching, Technique 1200s were pivotal.
Right, and in the beginning of the hip hop culture, a lot of people didn't know. I gotta say it was different because when Herc started, he started with a whole different set of turntables.
Mm-hmm.
It was Pioneers, PL-15s. But when it came to the next generation after Herc, such as Bambaataa, Flash, rest in peace AJ, and many others, then you know you didn't have the efficient amount of money to buy a good turntable. You had to go for the lower end. So you bought a belt drive turntable with Techniques. Techniques were 210 belt drive. They was like $69 a piece.
I wish they did that now.
and then you know you start learning how to move up. So when you got to the 1200s, you graduated.
Okay.
That's what happened. You graduated where you now, hey, I got the Mercedes Benz now. You know, I'm not in the Pinto no more. You know, so that's where you learn how to take that. But once you got there, you learn how to cherish where you started to where you at now.
And you know, you saying that, it takes me back because, for all you don't know, my uncle, DJ Dino Pereira.
That's my man.
Like just watching these two work together was always a magnificent thing. But my uncle, being the DJ he is, tried to teach me. He brought me this Newmark turntable set.
Yes.
So at first I thought like right away I can do all of that. Until I realized he brought me the belt. So when you're scratching, and if you don't do it right, you hear that. And it's like, oh man, now I gotta learn.
And that's where the challenge come in because it's a difference between direct drive turntables and belt drive.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about learning how to hold the platter with the record on, adjusting the weight of your hand to go ahead and let it flow so it don't drag, it don't stop, it don't speed, you push it. You know, there's so many different things that can happen. You have to learn. It's just like, once again, you're playing sports. You gotta learn the right timing, the right move, how to go ahead to adapt the plays or whatever it is in sports. The same thing, right time, right movement, how to adapt to play on them belt drives. So I'm trying to break down that knowledge.
No, trust me, like, if nobody doesn't get it, do your research. That's what we can tell you, do your research.
Yes.
Now, you've had, a very strong presence in hip hop. Now, one of the things I love to see you part of it is a super group that I've still today is the biggest fan, one of the biggest fans of. And I always talk to you, I always whisper, yeah, we have to do a concert, You say, so many of us we gotta see, but this group, as we know it as the Native Tongues.
Yes.
Now that for me was hip hop culture. It wasn't just rappers. It was rappers, producers, DJs, and the names I can go on forever. Yourself, Busta Rhymes, Leader of the New School, Tribe Called Quest, Moni Love, Queen Latifah, Fushnickens.
They Loud, Jungle Brothers. No. It started as a movement. The first three set was originally supposed to be Jungle Brothers, De La Soul, and Tribe Called Quest. You know, and I think that once that video came out of the song Buddy, it really launched everybody to acknowledge more of who the Native Tongue was. And they saw that not only the sound, but it was a movement because it's how you was presented, it's how you articulate, it's a little bit of everything. And that's what grabbed everybody's attention with their sound, their style, a little bit, you name it, they had it.
This part of the interview is, for me, I'm excited because I'm waiting to hear the answers.
Okay.
So of course, all you who watched a few of our interviews know at the end of the interviews I go into, whoever I'm interviewing, the favorite, some of their favorites. So this being the legend he is, he's been through the whole journey of hip hop. I'm very, very, I'm excited to hear the answer. So I'm gonna start with the first one.
I'm scared to hear the question.
Your favorite male MC?
So many I sing from generation to generation.
Give us a few if you like, but we still want to hear that one that just made you like every time you heard him touch a mic, you just was like, oh my God.
From different, my era in the beginning, I respect Grandmaster Caz. I really respect his lyrical content. When it pushed on later on, I respect LL, which I would give him high respect because he always had, from that time on to now, became the longest lasting hip hop recording artist. Where I can see a grandmother and a granddaughter going to an LL concert.
Oh yeah.
Sound crazy.
I still do.
Grandma is singing I Need Love. The granddaughter is singing Hesper. Look at the wide range.
That longevity, man, that's what
After LL, the next, and I gotta say neck to neck because I love him so much, Chaos One and Rock Chaos One and Rock Kevin. They came out the same time, 86. They was the game changer at that time. The game changer. As we move on to later on, there's a lot of underground artists, and I can't say underground, but I gotta consider that because they did not get the commercial level as they deserve, like a Lord Finesse. I respect Lord Finesse. And then we move on later on. I'm skipping some of the time, but I'm so happy that he finally got to be a nine because he's always been known as a collector, as part of the group, but my man from the roots.
Black Thought.
Black Thought. I told people about Black Thought for so long. But they always presented themselves as a collector, the roots. So that's why they never separated who stand out more than the other. Even though everybody knew about Questlove as the drummer and the flow and everything, but he still stayed in place with the group.
Oh yeah.
Black Thought. I'm a fan right now of the new MC that's ranging coming out of Harlem, and he making his noise, and I feel that he can go far. It's
Dave East.
Dave East. Dave East is that guy right there that I feel that he learned how to bring it to the forefront.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I say my collector from the era I started to from what I see, and I know I skipped over some more, but those some of them.
So this next question is going to be as interesting as the first. So we said your male MC. What's your favorite female MC?
Now the females from my era who I respect because she always had a distinctive style and a distinctive voice, MC Shyrock. Yeah, MC Shyrock.
I thought you might have went towards more of, well, my personal favorite has always been MC Light, but I thought you would have been more, of course, like I would say either Roxanne Shante or Queen Latifah, but I'm sorry to say it, please pardon me, but I almost forgot about Shyrock.
And Shyrock is before them.
Yeah.
Because she, I always acknowledge Shyrock before records was made. Because when she was with the Funky Four, the original Funky Four before it became Funky 4+1. The original Funky 4, when I got to hear for the first time, we talking about, I know I'm giving away, but I don't care. But we were in the late 70s. When I first heard her, I was like, who the hell is her? And you had a collective of many others that came out at the same time, but she stand out so much, And then when it came to later on in the female stage, who I would say I see in the female stage? Of course I was a DJ for Sparky D as she was going after Shantae, I respect her. But who I feel that start really taking it there and it had to be Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, she learned how to command. She was like, to me, a female Mo D. Because when Mo D used to get on that microphone, I used to call Mo D E.F. Hutton. I don't know anybody remember that commercial. E.F. Hutton, when they say E.F. Hutton, when he talk, everybody listens.
Exactly.
Same thing Mo D, same thing like Queen Latifah. She demand presence, she demand attention. Far behind her was Moni Love.
Oh yeah. See, I love Moni's. I mean, not only she a dope MC, but I just loved her accent and how she delivered it.
And a lot of people did not know that when we came across Moni Love, she was the top, not just male or top female between both MC range out of London at that time. She was the top. Moving later on, I know that people start to look more towards the Little Kims, the Foxy Browns. I respect them.
The Brat, the first female to ever go platinum. We gotta always. A lot of people don't bring the Brat as much as they should into these conversations, but the Brat, any one of those females of that era with Little Kim, and she would give them a problem battle-wise.
But my favorite out of that whole bracket is Eve. Eve was a beast on that mic.
Oh yeah.
And I think why Eve was a beast on that mic because she covered a collective of all fellas.
Oh yeah.
You know, that crew that she come from. Which, you know, talking about the
Rough Riders,
Dragon,
the Locks.
You know, she had to prove a point.
Oh yeah.
You know? And I respect her because Eve was an ex-stripper. But she showed that she could come across like a lady.
And that's weird. That's a lot of discussions when they start talking about artists like Cardi B. Oh, she was so Eve. Eve was a stripper. Yeah, but she has skills.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Now you can emerge from one thing to the next thing. So those are the people I look at here. Now the females of today, honestly, I don't have no favorites. I like them. I like what they make, but I don't have no favorites.
And I can understand that. So we're gonna take it to one more. No, we're not one more, but another one. Your favorite hip hop group of all time.
You are killing me. Killing me.
The hip hop moms want to know.
You are killing me. I'm trying to think who I can come up with. Oh man.
And I'm expecting half of them are gonna be in from the native tongues.
Oh man, it's hard to say. It may sound biased, but to me, I was not because they're family members, but I've been a fan ever since I first heard them. Jungle Brothers.
And I can't.
Jungle Brothers may not have got that commercial presence as high as it was like De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that did not know that the title Native Tongue started from Jungle Brothers in Africa.
Yeah.
But when they get on that stage, their presence on stage is so energetic.
It's something different.
And you can't get tired of it.
Oh nah.
I tired of it. So that's why not quote unquote recording, but as well as showmanship.
Yeah.
Jungle Brothers.
Okay. So this next question, I'm not quite sure if you can answer. If you can't, feel free. We can come up with one more. And this is kind of like a tough one for everybody because you've been in hip hop for so long. You've heard a million freestyles, probably a trillion. But if you can recall just one that's your favorite all time, what would that be? Your favorite freestyle?
You're killing me again. I come across here so many freestyles in my past, it's hard to say.
Well, you know what? Let's change it up. Being that you're a DJ, so and we really don't ask a lot of a lot of the MCs that we interview this question. Outside of yourself, who's your favorite DJ?
Oh, without a doubt, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Mm.
I love Jazzy Jeff. I love Jazzy Jeff, and I respect all the DJs for what they do, what they have done, and they still going on.
Yeah.
Jeff is different.
His hands do so much talking. It's not fair. He's quiet, but his hands do so much talking.
He make it look so easy.
Ah, man.
No, I mean, rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. When BET did that tribute to Jam Master Jay, they had up there Flash, they had up there Jeff. I'm trying to remember the other people. And Jeff was like kind of off the scene for a hot minute. Because, you know, his partner, Will Smith, was gone. And, you know, of course, everybody used to see Jeff on, you know,
Fresh and Bed,
and everything. But he kind of moved to his side when he was doing things. But when they asked for that tribute, and he came on, what he had did made a mark to why people still recognize him today.
I've never personally been to a performance, and I'm using that word performance of Jazzy Jeff. I've heard, and it's like I just like the whole description you gave. I've heard like people like, yo, you have got to hear him one time, just mix, and it's gonna blow your mind. And Jazzy Jeff, if you're listening, I'll take a personal invite. I'll come to Philly, sit in your studio, and I just want to hear like 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes.
And respect to all the DJs from Philly. I'm talking about Cash Money, Tap, Cosmic. I respect a lot of the cats from Philly with their skills at DJing because they brought it to another level, them DJs from out there.
Oh, yeah.
But that Jeff is something different, man. So when you ask that, easily.
And I hope he sees it so he can know that he has the official cosign from the legendary Kool DJ Red Alert.
Yes.
Red, from myself, from the culture of hip hop. It's not so many words and so many ways we can express the love or give back the love you've given to us. But if these words and how I say them can help or can in some shape or form deliver that, we love you.
Thank you.
We appreciate everything.
Thank you.
You touching those wheels of steel. You giving the love to the artists, producers, the dancers, even the clothing designers. The list can go on with that, but just everything you're giving to us, and you now being that teacher, and as you've always been, in my opinion, but just being more of it and taking a step forward. Like, you know what, you guys want to know? I'm going to inform you, and I'm going to give you, and hopefully pass that energy that got me loving this culture onto you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, man. Respect to everybody that has supported me my years. I've been doing radio. If you heard me one time, you heard me all the time. Respect to everybody that was coming to the functions that I was DJing at. Respect the people that's just being genuine.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you can still hear Red Alert on radio. Don't think you can still hear him, and you know better than I know, but I know to come to either two places, WBLS or Hot 97.
Yes. And a lot of people get confused with that because, yes, I am now on WBLS, but Hot 97 is a sister station and affiliation in the same company with BLS. So we do our thing where I come stepping right next door over there to Flex. I'm not playing, but I get that mouth chattering.
We have to thank you again, Uncle Red, man. We
Respect, man.
appreciate you. We appreciate the lessons you taught us today. This is One on Hip Hop with the Kool DJ Red Alert. Peace.
Got it.